Thank you for joining us today. We are so happy you are here. Welcome to the Tech and Space Leader Show, where we learn lessons from the leaders of the next frontier. I am your host, Lisa Dreher, and I'm really excited to introduce our guest for today, Ali Mohadjer. He is the president and CEO of SatWays. Welcome to the show, Ali.
Thank you very much, Lisa. Thank you for having me.
It's so great to have you here. I would love to start by having you give a little bit of background on yourself and SatWays.
Of course, I grew up in VSAT technology from uh, early 1988 and started working for Hughes and continued for over 16 years and graduated and started the SatWays in 2003. And we have continuing to expand our services and the deployment supporting our customers.
Wow, over 20 years. So that is amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, and I know that you had some sad news about someone from that you'd spent some time with while you're at Hughes.
Yeah, I'd like to express my condolences first to the Call family and the second to our entire industry for losing Pradman Call, who was the innovator and absolutely a leader and a coach for entire VSAT industry. Oh, we lost him over the weekend because of the Parkinson disease, and he will be missed in entire technology and the circle of friendship.
Yeah, yeah. What an important person in our industry, and thank you for taking time to give that recognition. It was very sad news to hear.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I want to talk a little bit about Satways and the work that you're doing. So can you give us a little bit of an overview?
Well, we are an integrator and providing the proactive service to our uh, two different industry, both government and energy sector. Our customers rely on us as their resource, and we adapt to their culture for deploying their network and making sure they have utmost availability using our solutions and technology that we adopt from Hughes in deploying the VSAT technology.
Great, great. So, as you're looking at the satellite enabled network solutions that you provide, what are some of the things that Satways is doing to make these solutions more affordable for a broader range of customers and users?
The first and most important thing that we eliminate training period and adding the extra resources. We have been able to adopt customer cultures and making us part of their team, eliminating unnecessary phone calls, unnecessary wake up calls, middle of the night, by implementing technology that we can be proactive and use of AI monitoring and proactively addressing any disturbance of the network. Uh, the other thing that we have been able to do, we are by far one of the largest geographically redundant network utilization, that essentially we have our network divided in two different part of the country, so eliminating unnecessary weather conditions, rain fades, or all the other hurricanes that comes both in mid-Atlantic and in Central America. So those have contributed to the fact that we can be separated from all other service provider.
Ah, I see. Can you talk a little bit about the combining of LEO and GEO and what that will mean
That,
for users as well?
that's a very good question, in a sense that uh, the introduction of Starlink was like a major shock to the entire industry and took everybody by surprise because the low cost of their device with no terms. In other words, customer could buy one and without a commitment versus the geo technology and especially in the enterprise sector, even in the consumer sector, they had to commit to 18 months, or in the enterprise, they had to invest for months and months. And so we had to run from the back and try to figure out how to keep up with the Starlink and essentially adopt the LEO. As late as last week, we have been able to work with Hughes' newest announcement that has use of the flat antenna with the self-commissioning, combining that with our close to 3,000 GEO VSATs and utilizing essentially the same routing to deliver the LEO technology using the OneWeb and Hughes with the GEO and the HT technology to the end customers. We are in the early part of piloting that, and we think we are very optimistic as our own engineering and then Hughes's engineering have given us a thumbs up, and we hope to be able to share the result within the next 10 days.
Oh, wow, that's really soon. The electronically steered antennas, how important, or ESAs, how important are those for making this all work?
Essentially, we are in the stage of emergency response time. So, for instance, the government need and demand for uh, deploying this technology without the experts on the site. You want to be able to pack the technology, ship it to an unknown location with the people who are not involved in satellite technology by flip of switch, enabling the antenna, find the satellite and begin transmission. That is extremely important for DHS, extremely important for the energy sector, that their mind is in petroleum or their mind is protecting the citizen, and they don't want to have expertise every time that they require communication. I think the new technology enables everybody to do their things and align the antenna to find its satellite and provide the best transmission possible.
Right, so that auto commissioning really makes a big difference.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I see, I see. Maybe you can talk a little bit more about the whole public safety piece and how SatWays is supporting that
Yeah.
particular aspect.
The early adoption of this technology was early time of the President Bush, which they combined all the sectors together, like the FBI, the police, and the fire department. And we were lucky to be available to instrument the first response vehicles that they could use satellite technology and provide real-time communication. You imagine those older days that antenna have to be raised and you had to repoint it, and it would take hours to set up. But now these days with the auto commissioning and a flat antenna, and they don't have to look for anywhere. They can take the vehicle any part of the country, flip the switch without the antenna being raised, finding the satellite, and immediately, within matter of minute, begin the communication and doing their diligence and protecting people. So that's for the DHS. And for the petroleum, that is extremely important because uh, all the emergency demand for the new uh, drilling site, demand for new storage sites, that some of these storages hold 1 million barrel. And if God help us, if they need to communicate and if there is a leakage or any problem, we want to be transparent to customer. We want to give them a device that they don't have to call us. They just have to flip the switch and begin their communication and pay attention to the oil spill or the transmission without needing a third party involved in their day-to-day activities.
Ah, I see. What other industries is SatWays supporting?
We currently focusing on two. One is the energy, the other one is the government. That's where our primary focus is at this time.
I see. Okay. Looking forward, I know we already kind of talked about that combining of LEO and GEO and ESA, so or electronically steered antennas. Are there other things that you see coming over the next decade or so that we can expect
Uh,
from just our connectivity?
the big one of the biggest instrument in our technology that prevents people to adopt to satellite more and more is the cost. And so I understand, and I am sure that the more companies they engage in the LEO deployment, definitely the cost will drop. Like, for instance, Telesat is also taking a step to deploy LEOs and become a major player. Amazon is making steps to become another big player in the LEO technology. Obviously, Starlink and OneWeb are few steps ahead, and hoping that they mature more and more so the enterprise sector becomes more adaptive to the technology so we can deploy everywhere possible in the country the LEO technology. And of course, uh, the, the clients and the enterprise companies that there are thousands of dollars of investment they did on the GEO, including our customer, they shouldn't be penalized. So our responsibility is to try to design and invent vehicles that they can complement GEO by deploying LEOs on their new locations without compromising their network reliability and availability.
Right, right. What are the main benefits that you get when you combine that GEO and LEO together?
Oh, first of all, you don't waste the investment that you already done because some of these technology worth 10 to 13 years, so you don't have to trash them. You can keep them. And then using the new technology with the new feature and the fast deployment, it helps the customer to not schedule 6 months ahead their money and investment and resources. They can pick up the phone with matter of couple of weeks. They have the sites network done and running because previously all integrators would require to know where the construction look like, the line of sight look like, is there a tree or is there a line? But now with the LEO and flat antenna, all those concerns have been eliminated because you can ship the antenna, they can put it on the roof or the balcony or roof of their car, and they begin transmission without any issue, such as DHS doing or the soon energy companies will be doing.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So we had a question come in regarding the OneWeb rollout that this individual thinks that maybe it hasn't been a great rollout, and they're asking, what do you think they need to do to shore up the customer confidence as far as the OneWeb
I,
solution
I, I
goes?
I kind of agree with the question in a sense that one would have been a little bit delinquent because of the ups and downs in the market at the beginning and the change of hand and management. But I'm optimistic because with the new announcement that was done a week ago by Hughes and OneWeb, the OneWeb realizes that they have to try to be more agile, and they will definitely benefit the complement that Hughes brings them, and the demand that companies like us have, that they have to be more agile, they have to be more cost competitive, so we can deploy a larger network in industry.
Excellent. Okay. So you think they're headed in the right direction?
Yes, they beginning to head in the right direction.
Excellent. Excellent. Ollie, I want to thank you so much for making time to be here today. If someone wanted to learn more about SatWays, what should they do?
The best thing is to send me a email at ali@satways.com. That's the best way to get hold of us, or they can call us at 301-519-6990, and we'd be happy to talk to them and share what we have gained in industry with them.
Excellent. Thank you so much for being here today. We really appreciate it. And I do want to take a moment to thank GuideForce for hosting these sessions. To learn more about GuideForce, you can visit guideforce.com. And we'll see you next time on the Tech and Space Leaders Show.
Thank you, Lisa.
Absolutely.